It's late at night, it's time to tell you my secrets. My personality's cut up into pieces.
Hey, welcome to today's show. Today's show is a salute to gender nonconformity. Yes, gender nonconformity, pansexuality, non-binary, gender fluidity. We're going to talk about that today, which is, I think, a great topic in today's world. That you were just listening to was Ezra Furman, who is one of my most favorite musicians on the scene today. He's been around a while. He's been around a few years. He's in his 30s. He identifies as a bisexual, not transgender, although he performs in women's clothes and men's clothes. Not only performing, he doesn't use the term specifically transgender. But he's an amazing performer. He's also Orthodox Jewish, and he doesn't perform on Friday nights or Fridays, which I think is amazing. The way I found out about it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I read an article about Coachella, and they were talking about him, and the producer said they couldn't get him to perform on Friday nights because he was this cross-dressing performer who was also Orthodox Jewish. And I was like, I gotta check this guy out. And I started to listen to his music, and ever since then, I have been transformed, which is actually a quote. Ezra wrote a book last year about Lou Reed, who's one of his idols. And Lou Reed, he wrote a book specifically about Lou Reed's album Transformer. And he said, quoted, "Queerness is defined by continual transformation." That was Ezra's quote, and I think that is phenomenal, and I embrace that. And I embrace what's happening today in the world with the non-binary movement, the pansexuality, bisexuality. I think people are becoming who they want to be, which I think is so great. Oh, wait. My brioche bread from Trader Joe's, I got this thing around it. Oh, it's like a piece of paper. I guess you have to take that off before you eat it. If you've not had Trader Joe's brioche bread, have it. It's amazing. Speaking of amazing, have you heard of Desmond is Amazing? Keeping with our theme of today's show, Desmond is Amazing. He's this 11-year-old boy. His name is Desmond Naples. I can't pronounce his last name, or I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Who dresses up in drag. As I said, he's 11. His mother lets him. The way he came about this was a few years ago when he was 7. He watched episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race with his mother, and he thought the people on the show were fairy princesses, and he wanted to be just like them. So he started to dress in drag, and his mother let him. And I said, terrific, because he was old enough to decide what he wanted to do. Now, there's been a lot of pushback from, this bread is delicious, but it's funny to eat. There's a lot of pushback from, the far-right groups, and they're saying that it's child abuse. A few groups have called Family Protective Services on the parents. And I say, look, if the kid's 11, the kid can make up his own mind what he wants to do. I mean, when I was 11, I sure as heck knew what I wanted to do and what I did not want to do, whether or not my mother let me. But, I would surely let her know that I did not want to walk our dog Shan in 4 feet of snow out in Queens, I was pretty vocal about that. So if he's 11 years old and his mother is not forcing him to wear makeup or high heels, and he just wears these fabulous glam, eye makeup and hairstyles and different colors, and I think it's amazing. And hence his name, Desmond is Amazing. And actually, 2 things: he's got a huge Instagram following. I followed him, and and the other thing is, last week, Converse, the sneaker company, just signed him to be one of the new faces of LGBTQ youth. And I think for their new campaign that comes out in time for Gay Pride Month, which is next month, around the corner. And I think that's fantastic. So it keeps pushing this new wave of gender nonconformity. You know, today people are deciding on their own pronouns, which is, I'm all for it. They don't want to be called he or she. They want to be called they or them, or other pronouns of their choice, which I'm all for it. Now, but as a slightly older gay person, I'm getting used to it, so I struggle with it, of course. You know, I do miss the old days when I could just call everybody Miss Thing. But I'm getting used to it. A lot of my friends are non-binary, and I'm totally respectful of their wishes, and I'm keeping it up, and I'm doing a good job at it. I'm giving it the old college try, as they say. Now, speaking of a friend of mine who is non-binary, his name is S.P. Monahan. He's written a fantastic new play called Aunt Jack, and I am honored to be a part of the production. We open next month for Gay Pride Month at the Theater for the New City downtown here in New York City on First Avenue. We open in June, on June 10th. It's our opening night, and it's a play that deals with these issues of gender nonconformity, bisexuality, pansexuality, and it deals with two generations of the LGBT, of an LGBT family. The older generation, of which I am a part of. I play Jack Sable, drag cabaret performer, and my husband George, who's a gay rights activist in the play, and our best friend Phyllis, a gay woman. We are the parents of Norman, a 25-year-old young man who leaves us and comes back and it lets us know that he's struggling, or is questioning, let's say questioning his gay identity and what that means. And that's all I'll say about it. It's a fantastic play by my friend S.P. Monahan. Please come and see us. We're downtown at the Theater for the New City. It's going to be amazing. I did the show last year for its premiere in Fort Lauderdale, down in Wilton Manors, and the audiences were wonderful and loving, and so just, the energy in the room every night was just fantastic. The audience really embraced us. It's a comedy, but there's also beautiful moments that I think you'll really enjoy. Well, to keep on with Ezra, let's play something else by Ezra, who I just, as I said, adore, and I hope you all check him out. This is one of my favorite tracks on his album called Perpetual Motion People. Now, this album came out maybe, I think in 2015, but I play it all the time. And this is one of my very, very favorite songs. And the words are just so great. Enjoy. Sit here and listen to